This is Kenny from LearnHowToProsper.com, and I wrote a blog post the other day on how to be more productive. Now, I found this to be necessary for me in my life. I've got a million things going on, and when you're trying to run a blog and you got work and you got family and you got church and all these different things that you do, it can really, really keep you busy. So I've really had to focus on how to be more productive. And there are whole books written on this topic, and so I boiled this down to three simple things, that really, really have worked for me. It's kind of interesting too, because in the world today, and particularly in the corporate culture, I'll say, there is this phenomena that that people focus more on the amount of time and activity, the amount of time they spend doing something or the activity that they do, rather than on results. And I've launched a couple of different businesses, and it's interesting because when you run your own business, you learn very quickly that it doesn't matter how much time you spend on something. You got to get productive fast. You got to get results, because only results matter. And I can't tell you how many times I get people that I work with, they'll go off about, I was here until 9:30 p.m. last night, I was here all weekend. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, how inefficient can you be? You got to, do you really want to be there at 9:30 at night away from your family? Do you want to be away from those that you love and spend more time in the office when you could be doing other things that balance out your life? Now, I love work. I think that work is critical for us. But I think that we do so much better when we focus on results and getting things done. So, 3 easy steps here. Step 1 for being more productive is understanding very clearly what the end result is. You got to know what you're trying to get done. Write things down in a list. Do that, and it's like almost 80% of the battle. Write it down. Get it in front of you. Keep it in front of you. I do it here. I've got, I like to write it down with paper and pencil. I like to be able to mark it off. I keep notes. It just, I don't have to worry about, booting it up or anything. It's just always here and it's ready. Number 2, remove all distractions. There are times where you turn off your phone, turn off the TV, turn off all the little alerts on your computer and just focus. I think it's so silly in the corporate culture now where they put everyone in what I call human filing cabinets, here in these cubicles. And it's ridiculous because never was anything constructed to create more distraction and wasted time than these open cubicle farms. What it really does is it just allows you to pack more people into a smaller amount of space. And that's really what it is. It's what it comes down to. And I guess there's a cost factor to it, and I get it. But don't try and say that it's to make people more effective, because that it don't do. I don't care what you say, because you got the time vampires. These people, they wander around. And they're like, hey, what'd you do over the weekend? I got a new barbecue. Don't get me wrong. I like talking to people. I love people actually, but when it's time to get something done, nothing's worse than having someone come and encroach, on your time. And so remove distractions. So what I'll do oftentimes is if I just have to get something done, I just work from my home office, and or I go and find a conference room. And then finally, step 3 is to set a time frame in which you will get that done. I think on another blog post I talk about Parkinson's Law. Parkinson's Law basically states that whatever amount of time you set for a task, you'll expand. The task will grow in proportion to the amount of time that you set. And that's why I hate it when someone says, well, I think we're going to set up a meeting. Let's set up a nice 4-hour block. I'm like, well, there's 4 hours blown. What's interesting, if you said, let's have a 15-minute meeting, and you would get the same thing done in 15 minutes. I've done this 100 times. And it's true with different tasks that you have. And so I like to play this game sometimes where I will say, how quickly can I get this done? Or how much can I get done in 15 minutes? There's a Pomodoro approach to things. You probably heard about this, which says that you're supposed to do work in 25-minute blocks. Well, sometimes I'll do it in 15. Sometimes I'll do it in 30. But there's something about just setting an end time on when you're going to get this thing done, right? And just stay maniacally focused on that. You do those 3 things, and that's like you're gonna improve your productivity by 90%. Now, yes, you can go and buy expensive courses and these types of things, and I've certainly read probably no less than 20 books. In fact, I probably have some right back here. Yeah, here's one. Master Your Workday Now. That's a good one. Look at that. I took all these notes. Proven strategies to control chaos, create outcomes, and connect your work to who you really are. I like that book. Here's one, though. Here's kind of the granddaddy of them all. Well, there's a couple. Getting Things Done, okay? The Art of Stress-Free Productivity, David Allen. That's awesome. Great book. And, of course, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So I love books. I've read many, many, many books. Here's another one just for the fun of it while we're at it. Time Management for the Creative Person. It was fair. A lot of fluff in this one, actually. But I love to read these types of books. And, it's interesting because you can learn like 50 different strategies. And at the end of the day, it usually comes down to like 2 that you can actually do. And I found that it's like those 2 that make all the difference. So if you would like, you can shorten the amount of time that you spend trying to discover how to be more productive. And just take my word for it. 3 steps. Write it down, get clear on what it is you need to accomplish for that day. Usually keep it to 1 or 2 things, all right? And then remove all the distractions and set a time within which to accomplish the result. There you go. Go ahead and I hope you'll take a minute to sign up for my newsletter here or my email list and just enter your name and your email address. Or if you happen to come to my main website here, you can just do it right here from the home page, name and email address. And when you do, you'll get all my updates and stuff, and you can stay apprised of all the good stuff happening over here at LearnHowToProsper.com. Hey, thanks for dropping by. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.